Could the tiniest full-frame camera be the biggest game changer of the decade? Meet the rumored Sigma FPQ, a pocket-sized powerhouse that's quietly stirring up the photo world. It's not official yet, but if the leaks hold true, this could be the smallest camera to ever flirt with true cinematic power. Specs are emerging, buzz is building, and one thing's clear. If the FPQ delivers, it might just redefine what a compact camera can do. Let's rewind. In 2019, Sigma stepped onto the mirrorless stage, not with noise, but with minimalism. The original Sigma FP dropped jaws as the world's smallest full-frame mirrorless, a Lego-like slab that could be dressed up or stripped down. It wasn't flashy, it was precise, built for rebels, creators, run-and-gun shooters who didn't want the baggage. Then came the FPL. Same tiny body, now with a 61 megapixel sensor. A wolf in a very, very small sheep's clothing. Sigma didn't follow trends like they built a toolkit. Now the FPQ seems to be their next move. A queen on the board, quietly closing in on the king. So what's this Q all about? It might sound like a sci-fi character, but insiders say it stands for Quad Buyer, an advanced sensor structure that could rewrite the rules of low light and detail. Here's the idea. Quad Buyer Tech groups pixels in a way that allows you to shoot ultra-high resolution when you want it and drastically reduce noise when you don't. One sensor, two personalities. Rumors suggest a sensor in the 60 to 80 megapixel range, with built-in pixel binning for low-light wizardry. It's like having a precision studio sensor and a gritty street shooter in the same tiny box. The FPQ isn't just for pixel peepers, it's for people who chase moments in unpredictable light. And now, filmmakers lean in, because the FPQ might just be a cinema ninja. Whispers of 6K, maybe even 8K, internal RAW, external 12-bit RAW via USB-C or HDMI, Blackmagic RAW or ProRes RAW support. If Sigma nails the thermal control this time, we're talking about a camera you could pocket, then shoot a short film with, or a feature, or a documentary while hanging off a mountain. No fans, no nonsense. Just cinematic freedom in a form factor that feels like it was built to disappear into your rig, or into your jacket. Big things are coming in small boxes. Here's what's beautiful. The FPQ isn't expected to break Sigma's minimalist code. No unnecessary buttons, no exaggerated grips, no gimmicks, just the essentials. Only better. Touchscreen improvements? Likely. Faster USB-C 3.2 Gen 2? Almost certain. Weather sealing upgrades? We hope. Still part of the L-Mount Alliance? Absolutely. That means access to the incredible Leica, Panasonic, and Sigma lens ecosystem. A modular dream for shooters who hate being boxed in. You build the camera you want with just the pieces you need. Think of it as camera architecture for modern creators. Here's the takeaway. If even half of these leaks land, the Sigma FPQ won't just be a new camera, it'll be a message. A message that size no longer limits power. That cinema and stills can coexist in a truly pocketable form. That hybrid shooters don't have to compromise anymore. Whether you're a travel vlogger, an indie director, or a stills artist looking for gear that keeps up with your ideas, the FPQ may become your secret weapon. The kind of camera that gets you the shot without ever getting in your way. Compact, quiet, brilliant. The next chapter of Sigma's silent rebellion is almost here, and we'll be watching closely. And with an expected release window sometime later this year, the countdown is officially on. This is definitely one launch to keep your eyes on. If you're as hyped as we are, make sure to smash that like button. It tells the algorithm you care. Got predictions of your own about the FPQ? Drop them in the comments. And if you want more rumors, deep dives, and gear breakdowns like this one, hit that subscribe button and join the channel.